class is the greatest. That's where real expansion of your mind and talents can be found. Tune out of the rat race and its square problems, and tune in on real self-knowledge and creative power.
Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Jedi, and today we're going to be reviewing Mortal Kombat 2 and whether it's a good Mortal Kombat movie. I mean, it's fine. I would definitely rate this higher than the previous Mortal Kombat movie, but not by much. This movie is fun, but it's also dumb. Probably more dumb than fun. The plot is very simple, and the story almost doesn't make any sense if you ask any questions. Like, if this is Mortal Kombat, then why are you letting all these people cheat? The other guys don't care about this? Blatantly cheating all over the place? Cheating in the matches? Cheating outside the matches? I mean, the whole reason for the tournament is to fight one winner, one loser to decide the fate of each realm. If you can just go around fighting and attacking any fighter at any time, whenever you want to, what's the point of the tournament? You might as well just go to war or invade. But they can't do that unless they win the tournament 10 times consecutively, which seems like overkill, but those are the rules. The movie begins with young Kitana watching her father fight Shao Kahn for the fate of their realm. He loses, and their world is taken over by Shao Kahn and his forces. He tells Kitana that now he is her father. And this whole setup just reminds me of Thanos and Gamora. He kills most of her people, then he takes over. He claims her as his daughter. Kitana even has a bald sister like Gamora. Jade, meet Nebula. Nebula, meet Jade. Same exact character, same exact story arc, just in a smaller version of it. They never show the Elder Gods in this movie, but the Elder Gods are present. Even the character building in this movie is small. They mainly focus on two characters, Johnny Cage and Kitana. But Kitana gets the majority of the screen time. They start the movie off with her, and they end the movie off with her. Johnny Cage is in the movie, and he does get some cool lines and great moments, but besides that, he doesn't really do anything that has a solid impact on his character arc. Carl Urban does a good job in the role they've given him to play, but I still think they should have gotten somebody younger for Johnny Cage. They just give us a version of Johnny that's old, washed up, past his glory days. It's almost like they cherry-picked on what MK lore they wanted to use in this movie. Mortal Kombat's coolest highlights, but we'll add jokes, and we'll have them fighting on stages from the game, which was a good idea because that's definitely the coolest thing about this movie, seeing the fighting stages from the game in live action. I mean, the best fight in this movie was Liu Kang versus Kung Lao, which is funny because he's not even the main character. Not the second, not the third, or the fourth. I really don't understand why they refuse to put the focus on Liu Kang. He's supposed to be the dominant character, the main character, but they'd rather focus on Jade, Kitana, Kano, Jax, over Liu. And technically, this is the first Mortal Kombat. I mean, it is titled Mortal Kombat 2, but there was no Mortal Kombat tournament in the first movie. So this is Mortal Kombat 1, just repurposed into Mortal Kombat 2, if that makes any sense. Kitana in this movie had the most character arc, the most growth, and that's not even saying much. Baraka is in this movie, but he's kind of an idiot, like Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy. Quan Chi is in this movie, but he doesn't really do anything besides talk. Oh yeah, he's the one who revives Kano and he reconstructs his eyeball for him. But besides that, no tournament fights, no squabbles. And everything is just a little scrambled. To get to these fighting locations, they get randomly selected and they teleport to the fighting stage, which is an easy way to get to these game locations without any explanation. But when it comes to the rules of the tournament, there aren't any. I'm sure there are rules, but the villains of this movie seem to just break them anytime they want to. For example, in this movie, Shao Kahn is empowered with immortality, and he's supposed to be in the Mortal Kombat tournament, which is dumb because the immortality thing is stupid. You could have just made him really strong, and it wouldn't have changed a thing in this movie. He's already a powerful character. There's no reason to make him immortal. And then add in a secret MacGuffin that they have to find and destroy just to make him regular. Especially if you're just going to kill him in a 1v1. Spoiler alert, Kitana kills Shao Kahn. At the end of the movie, Earthrealm loses all its fighters. So at the last second, Kitana screams out, I fight for Earth Realm. And I guess the Elder Gods are watching now because they switch her to the Earth Realm's fighter's side. And she completely dog-walked Shao Kahn, just beating the brakes off him. And my only question is, why didn't she do this before? Before he got immortality, before the tournament started, before this movie began. If she's so strong, why didn't she do this in the first movie? And I know she's not in the first Mortal Kombat movie, but I'm just saying, maybe off screen she could have done this. But she gets the job done in this sequel. But back to the first movie, they kind of had a different main character. Scorpion was also focused on, and he is in this movie, but his role is very much minimized. They save him for a good fight scene at the end with Noob Saibot, and it is cool seeing him back, but they don't really add anything or take away from his character. They just leave him exactly where he's at. Kano gets resurrected just because he was so popular in the first movie, but he's another character that they don't really do anything with. He's there, he does some things, but it's just enough to keep the movie going. And speaking of the first movie, which had a different main character, Cole Young, he's in this movie, but he's not the main character. Second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth, he's in scenes with the main characters, but he doesn't have much to say this time around. They give him one cool fight scene in the Deadpool pit against Shao Kahn, and soon as I seen Shao Kahn was his opponent, I was like, okay, yeah, he's losing this one. There is no way he's beating Shao Kahn this early in the movie. But he actually does win in a cool way with his abilities. But at this point, Shao Kahn is already empowered with immortality, and he regenerates immediately from Cole's attacks, which surprises Cole and catches him off guard and causes him to get Gallaghered by Shao Kahn. Okay, let's get something straight. I didn't like the Cole character, but I felt kind of bad when I seen him get killed off like that. Kinda. But besides that, I actually enjoyed this movie. I thought it was lots of fun. I would watch it a second time. There's things I liked about this movie. There's things I didn't like about this movie. But that's all I got for Mortal Kombat 2. If you like the video and you want to show some love, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time with more movie news reviews.